So today is a very, very interesting chapter. Krishna satisfies his devotees. Devotees, they want to satisfy Krishna.
Yes.
Krishna has only one business, how to satisfy his devotees. Yeah. Krishna pleases his devotees. Right. Mataji, Nupur Mataji, your throat is okay today?
Yes, Prabhuji, much better today.
Yuresh is also there. Pushpa Mataji is also there. Okay, everybody can read little. We will see that.
I missed the last chapter. But I read it. It was so nice. The last chapter.
That's a very, very,
The
very.
message of Uddhava.
Chalo. I'm going. Who has missed the last chapter? Nitin has missed. You have missed. Punambala has missed.
I missed.
You were there.
Yes, no, Prabhu. I missed. Actually, I was telling.
You also missed. Yuresh, you were there last.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to revise the last chapter because so that these people are with us. So now what had happened
Yes,
was,
Prabhuji.
give me, this is 9:15, so I will need 5-10 minutes to revise. I just marked it actually, so it's easy for me. The blue thing, I'm going to take it up. Actually, the blue thing are the most important things I marked. So Krishna sent Uddhava because he knew that the gopis, the separation, the feeling is intense. Krishna always is conscious. Prabhupada says, the Krishna does not. Everybody, my voice is fine.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
No echo, anything. It's perfect.
No.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Krishna was very worried because the residents of Vrindavan, his mother, father, and the gopis are feeling intense pang of separation. So Krishna sent that, let me do something about it. And, he sent, because Krishna promised he will come back. Actually, Krishna came back in the form of bhava, but that's little, Krishna is present in any way, like a holy name is not different from Krishna. So Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Krishna doesn't took one step out of Vrindavan ever. Okay? So Krishna's form as Vasudeva went out, but Krishna always stayed in Vrindavan. Now the question came that Krishna wanted to was caring for his devotee. They were feeling intense pang of separation, so he does reciprocate. So this is the message Krishna sent. You see, this is the Krishna book we are reading from the chapter. This is a chapter, the message, a big chapter, delivery of the message, and it was brought by Uddhava. Uddhava was very dear to Krishna, and Krishna sent him, please go. And when he landed up, that first thing that happened, gopis thought that Akrura had come, and he just took away our life, Krishna, from here. And when they saw the big chariot from Mathura, they thought again Akrura has come, and again he will do something sinful, something he will give. Then they thought, what he will do more? We are already dead. What he can do more? That is how they took it. But then they saw Uddhava coming, and Uddhava exactly looks like Krishna, so they took it a little more positive. This man is not come with some evil intention. Looks like they gave him benefit of doubt. And a very, very interesting thing that we discussed. Hare Krishna Shisha. Welcome. Hare Krishna Shisha Kumar.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Today something you know who is Kubja? Research and tell me, you will for a shock who is Kubja.
Yeah, I see.
You will for a shock. Okay. I was bewildered. Today morning I was talking to you. I was thinking continuously of that Leela. What is this Leela? Can't understand. And then I the Bhagavatam shlokas and I found out who is Kubja. Kubja is who energy of the Lord.
Which energy, Prabhuji?
Who, and she Satyabhama. She's the incarnate.
Okay.
Oh.
I wanted an answer. But it was extraordinary, the kind of mercy she got. How she can get like this now?
She's Prabhu.
No, Vishwanath Thakur says that. She's a incarnation of Satyabhama. Okay, let us continue. So when Krishna was writing message for them, he was moved and could not write distinctly. So look at it, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even he is shaken by the love of his devotees. He can't write properly. Can you just imagine? Krishna is perfect of the perfect. And he writes means literally pearls, He wrote as Veda Vyasa pearls. But here, when he's writing to gopis, his hand was shaking. Imagine if you're a devotee, you can shake Krishna so much, okay? And this is a message. My dear gopis, please know the separation between ourselves is impossible at any time, at any place, or any condition, because I am all pervading. This is true for us also. Separation is not possible at any place, under any circumstance, because I am all pervading. So Krishna is present everywhere. There is no question of separation between us and Krishna. Okay, this is fine.
Yeah.
It's not possible. He's sitting in the heart. He's inside every atom. All mental energy is Krishna only in an external way. So how you can separate from Krishna? You are sitting on Krishna. You are sitting on lap of your mother and you say, I'm separated from your mother, is laughing. How is it possible? You can't even sit on anything except my lap. So this mental energy is just like, Krishna's lap. You're sitting on Krishna's energy. Once Srila Prabhupada was in America and he saw, that LIC slogan you see? In a hand, so, that in a hand they make a child sitting. You have seen some pictures? They make a
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that is like this, yeah.
All the medical people do that and they actually kill you, but they show as if they're taking care of you. And the child is sleeping on the lap of the hand. So Prabhupada said that's how Krishna is taking care of us. All of us are actually personally in the hand of Krishna. Okay? So there is no question of separation at all. No question of separation. That's what the first instruction, and then philosophy goes in. I'm just taking some snippets from last time. My dear Gopi, in order to increase your super expensive love for me, I have purposefully separated myself from you. I've done this so that you may be in a constant meditation on me. Okay? This is another message he gives to the Gopis. And this is most important. Okay. I read. Yuresh, you can read that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The blue part.
Absorption in Krishna consciousness by feeling separation is thus the quickest method of attaining of the lotus feet of Krishna. By the personal statement of Krishna, the gopis were convinced about the strength of feelings of separation. They were actually experiencing the supernatural method of Krishna worship and were much relieved and happy to understand it.
Okay, so this is they got is the quickest method attain of lotus feet of Krishna. So Krishna brought them to the Viprarambha Bhava, the highest ecstasy. Okay, Gopis were not convinced about the strength of feeling of separation, actually experiencing supernatural method of Krishna worship, relieved and happy to understand. So Uddhava did his job. He did his job. He convinced them there is nothing to feel, that you are actually on the highest ecstasy. So don't feel that, Krishna has cheated you. And then abnormal condition of Gopi separation Krishna, I thought it wise to repeat all the past of Shri Krishna over and over again. He repeated Krishna's Leela. Okay? He studied the transcendental abnormal condition of the Gopis and what to do, how to heal that. He repeated Krishna Leela again and again. A materialistic person always burning on account of blazing fire of material miseries. The Gopis are in a transcendental blazing fire due to separation from Krishna, but this is different. Their heart is burning of separation Krishna, our heart is burning on sense gratification. Burning, blazing fire. Sansar Damala, Lidaloka. Gopis constantly want the association of Krishna, whereas the materialistic person wants the advantage of material comforts. Correct? We are dreaming that car, that mobile, that man, that woman, that's it. So from the blazing fire, just like Krishna saved the coward boys from the blazing forest fire within a second. Correct? Krishna, the eyes are closed. Krishna ate the whole fire. If you know the pastime, Khandirvana. Which Vana it was? Krishna. Anyway, Krishna ate all the fire Krishna ate. Similarly, Uddhava advised Gopi they could be saved from the fire of separation by closing their eyes and meditating on the activities of Krishna from the very beginning of session with them. And now Gopis from outside could visualize all the pastimes of Krishna by hearing, and inside they have seen those pastimes. They could remember those pastimes. Correct? You understood? For us, only one side occurs because we hear, but internal memory is lost. For Gopis, internal memory is fresh because they just had Krishna Leela. For us also, internal memory is there. It is there. Somewhere in the heart, memory is there. Krishna Leela memory is there. But
it's covered.
But it is covered by 1 ton of Maya, not little, 1 layer, 1 million tons of Maya. For Gopis, it was easy for them. From the instruction of Uddhava, Gopis could understand that Krishna was not separate from them. As they were constantly thinking of Krishna, Krishna was always thinking of them while at Mathura. Uddhava message instruction saved the Gopis from immediate death. They would have died because they were in so much pain. He has cheated us. He said he will come back. He didn't come back. They are crying. So Krishna is very sensitive. And the Gopis acknowledge the benediction of Uddhava. You see, Krishna's kindness. They thanked him. Uddhava Prabhupada acted practically like their spiritual master of the Gopis, correct? Preceptor. and they return, they worship him as they worship Krishna. And Prabhupada says out the way we worship Guru should be on the respect we give it to Krishna. The gopis are relieved from their transcendental burning condition of realizing that Krishna was with them. Internally, they remembered a station within their heart, and externally, Uddhava helped them by appreciating Krishna by conclusive instruction. He acted like a guru. Krishna is in the atoms, Krishna is everywhere, Krishna is, in the memory, and he was preaching, and they felt great relieved. So all the gopis are solaced by the instruction of Uddhava, and they requested him to stay in Vrindavan for a few more days. And went on. He kept talking about Krishna. The gopis was set the standard of devotion for the whole world. Now Uddhava is actually glorifying at the end. He said, "You have set the standard. This is the bar now. This is this is the bar. This is the standard of devotion." Proper says anyway. This goes on taking. It's just like drinking nectar. Effect of taking with or without knowledge, it will act. He desired to become only, at the end he says, "I just want to become a grass or herb in the land of Vrindavana so that the gopis can walk over me." Uddhava aspired to have future birth in the position of a clump of grass and herbs. He would then be able to have the dust of gopis fit. And by the will of the supreme authority and according to results of our, he may take birth anyway. It doesn't matter. We are born or only prayer. The gopis pray now. All the residents of Vrindavan, they pray when Uddhava is leaving. By the will of the supreme authority and according to results of our own work, we may take birth anyway. It doesn't matter where we are born. Only prayer is that we simply be engaged in Krishna consciousness. Without Krishna, heaven is hell, and with Krishna, hell is heaven. Okay? With that, imagine it totally gave them total satisfaction, did his job, and came back. Yes, so we start here now. So everybody is now with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope it was useful. You have, so all people are remembered. So this chapter will be in the right perspective. Yes. Who's going to read? Nupur Mataji, you start up reading.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Chapter 47, Krishna pleases his devotees. For days together, Krishna heard from Uddhava all the details of his visit to Vrindavana, of the condition of his father and mother, and of the gopis and the cowherd boys. Lord Krishna was fully satisfied that Uddhava was able to solace them by his instruction and by the message delivered to them. Lord Krishna then decided to go to the house of Kubja, the hunchback woman who had pleased him by offering him sandalwood when he was entering the city of Mathura. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna always tries to please his devotees and the devotees tries to please Krishna. As the devotees always think of Krishna within their hearts, so Krishna always thinks of his devotees within himself. When Kubja was converted into a beautiful society girl, she wanted Krishna to come to her place so that she could try to receive and worship him in her own way. Society girls generally try to satisfy their clients by offering their bodies to the men who enjoy. But this society girl Kubja was actually captivated by a lust to satisfy her senses with Krishna. When Krishna desired to go to the house of Kubja, he certainly had no desire for sense gratification. By supplying the sandalwood pulp to Krishna, Kubja had already satisfied his senses. On the plea of her sense gratification, he decided to go to her house, not actually for sense gratification, but to turn her into a pure devotee. Krishna is always served by many thousands of goddess of fortune. Therefore, he has no need to satisfy senses by going to a society girl. But as he is kind to everyone, he decided to go there. It is said that the moon does not withhold its shining from the courtyard of a crooked person. Similarly, Krishna's transcendental mercy is never denied to anyone, whether one has rendered service unto him through lust, anger, fear, or pure love. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated that if one wants to serve Krishna and at the same time wants to satisfy his own lusty desires, Krishna will handle it so that the devotee forgets his lusty desire and becomes fully purified and constantly engaged in the service of the Lord.
Yes, wait. I think we are straining your throat, Nupur. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
I'm more than happy to read it.
What will happen? By the end of it, your voice will be gone. If you have to.
No, it's okay.
Okay. So that's actually I'll show you what I had discovered. I'll just show you this picture. One minute. Because I'll work on it today. Stop. Now, here it is. This is in the, you all are able to see this. Okay? It's readable. Little small. On the mobiles, it is smaller. Okay? Now it's better.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, you see that as this is from the previous chapter where this happened, 10:42:1. We are in the, I think next 2-3 chapters we have proceeded. This is the time Krishna saw the hunchback woman when he entered Mathura. Okay, na? As he walked down the King's Road, Lord Madhava then saw a hunchbacked woman with an attractive face who carried a tray of fragrant ointment as she walked along. Then what happens? The bestower of ecstasy of love smiled and inquired from her as follows. According to Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the young hunchback woman was actually partial expansion of the Satyabhama. Why Satyabhama? Actually, she's, you know that in this Shri Vaishnava, the worship, Shri, Bhu, and Neela, you know the Shisha?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah, this
Bhu,
is,
Neela.
yeah, she the Bhu Shakti.
Mhm.
Satyabhama is the Bhu Shakti and Rukmani is the Shri. So the she is actually, this is this Kubja is also Bhu Shakti, Bhu Devi. And you see the now very interesting thing. Satyabhama is the Lord's internal potency known as the Bhu Shakti, an expansion of the earth known as Prithvi represents the earth, which is bent down by the great burden of countless. So her bending down was like personification of Bhu Devi by the burden of rulers. So Krishna removed, correct? He killed all them. So he personified by does he pastime straightening the hunchback woman? He just pulled her neck, made her straight. So Krishna has come to remove all the unwanted, sinful people from earth. Correct? Actually, she had a name. Kubja is a main means who is, hunchback. She had a name also, which is Tri Vakra. Okay? As in the verse, represent rectifying the burden condition of the earth. At the same time, the Lord awarded Trivikra the conjugal relation. He is the husband of Bhu Devi anyway. Got it? So Krishna is not relating to an ordinary society girl. She is Bhu Devi, which has come in that. You see so much deep meaning in that pastime. Did you know this? Everybody learned something new today.
Yeah, we are in a surprise and shock as well.
Yeah, you got it. It looks perfect symbolism, Krishna.
Yeah, it changes the entire angle of it, Prabhuji.
Otherwise, it's very difficult to understand this pastime, ordinary society.
Yeah.
Actually, another way to look at it, see, the Krishna will not be partial, no? Krishna is not partial to any way. So even if you didn't have this information, the confidential information which Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur reveals that actually it is the Bhudevi herself personified. But even then, Krishna cannot be partial. Look at another way. The gopis came to Krishna. Krishna was not partial to any gopi, correct? Whoever came and offered herself to Krishna, taken her. But to meditation there was again and again Prabhupada said that Krishna is Atma Rama, is fully satisfied. He is not having Rasa Leela for his satisfaction. It is for their satisfaction, correct? Krishna just reciprocates the love. But our tendency is that we project our condition on the Lord. We think just like we are dragged by Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Krishna is also dragged. No way. Krishna is above all Maya. Okay? So, but this additional information makes it even more understandable. It is another Lakshmi only. Lakshmi joining in Krishna's pastime again. Generally, Krishna's pastime is always the Lakshmis, correct? Ordinary people don't get chance like that. Okay? They do get, but they have to be purified and then only. So how she was purified will come because she had put sandalwood paste on Krishna. Then only she gets opportunity to serve Krishna. Unless you're pure, you cannot offer personal service to Krishna. So she's already a pure devotee. Just like she was on the platform, we can say like a Lakshmi or a Gopi. Just like gopis deserve to enjoy the pastime, we don't question. Do we question that? We don't question. Because why do we don't question? Because they are pure. They just want to offer service to Krishna. Correct? The same way, Kubja also was totally purified by offering the service of putting sandalwood paste. Correct? When Krishna saw her, he said, "Hey lady, where are you going?" He said, "This is the sandalwood paste for Kamsa." "Hey, where are you going to put on it? Put on me." And she went ahead and said, "You're so beautiful, I'll put on you." And she met Krishna and Balaram. Just by the devotion service, she was actually liberated already. She was already pure. So she was entitled to devotional means we cannot question that. What do you say? If you cannot question the gopis, you can't question Kubja also. Shisha,
Yeah, Prabhu.
what do you say? Is it fine?
Correct. Yeah, Prabhu. Yeah, Prabhu.
Same way enjoy is going to enjoy with her, correct?
Yeah.
It's totally true. She was a society girl, but now she's no longer a society girl. Like Ajamila, they said, how you touched him, the Vishnudutas, he's a pure sinless person. So you mean a sinless person? Whole life. He did so many sins. He said, no, he's sinless because he chanted the holy name. So similarly, Kubja, another thing was that, which is analyzed there, actually Kubja was, because of hunchback, he was actually okay. Chalo, continue. Nupur Mataji, continue.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Where the dogs have come.
In order to In order to fulfill his past promise, Krishna, along with Uddhava, went to the house of Kubja. When Krishna reached her house, he saw that it was
Hey, whose place are the dogs? We have to please silence.
Purnabalam. Purnabalam.
Punabalam, I'm muting you now, okay? Don't mind. I'll do something. I can control the volume so that. Chalo, continue, Mataji.
Okay. In order to fulfill his past promise, Krishna, along with Uddhava, went to the house of Kubja. When Krishna reached her house, he saw that it was
Reach her house, yeah.
he saw that it was completely decorated in a way to excite the lusty desires of a man. This suggests that there were many nude pictures, on top of which there were canopies and flags embroidered with pearl necklaces, along with comfortable beds and cushioned chairs. The rooms were provided with flower garlands and were nicely scented with incense and sprinkled with scented water, and the rooms were illuminated by nice lamps. When Kubja saw that Lord Krishna had come to her house in order to fulfill his promised visit, she immediately got up from the chair to receive him. Accompanied by her many girlfriends, she began to talk with him with great respect and honor. After offering him a nice place to sit, she worshipped Lord Krishna in a manner just suitable to her position. Uddhava was similarly received by Kubja and her girlfriends, but he was not on an equal level with Krishna, and he simply sat down on the floor.
Correct.
Without wasting time.
This is an etiquette. Go to some place and they offer you asan. You don't want to say, just touch the asan and we sit down on the floor. Continue.
Without wasting time, as one does in such a situation, Krishna entered the bedroom of Kubja. In the meantime, Kubja took her bath and smeared her.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Smeared her body with sandalwood pulp. She dressed herself with nice garments, valuable jewelry, ornaments, and flower garlands. Chewing betel nut and other intoxicating eatables and spraying herself with scents, she appeared before Krishna. Her smiling glance and moving eyes were full of feminine bashfulness as she stood gracefully before Lord Krishna, who is known as Madhava, the husband of Goddess of Fortune. When Krishna saw that Kubja was hesitating to come before him, he immediately caught hold of her hand, which was decorated with bangles. With great affection, he dragged her beside him and made her sit by his side. Simply by having previously supplied pulp of sandalwood to the Supreme Lord Krishna, Kubja became free from all sinful reactions and eligible to enjoy with him. She then took Krishna's lotus feet and placed them on her breast, which were burning with blazing fire of lust. By smelling the fragrance of Krishna's lotus feet, she immediately became relieved of all lusty desires. She was thus allowed to embrace Krishna with her two arms and thus mitigate her long cherished desire to have Krishna as a visitor in her house.
Okay, so when we
stated,
wait. So the point is that when we read these pastimes of the Lord, because these pastimes are of pure love, actually our heart, instead of being agitated, is purified. You got it? This is pure love. This is in her sense, she is trying to offer service to Krishna, correct? And Krishna is having pure love for his devotees. This is the Madhurya Rasa. So this, why is it that Krishna engaged in Madhurya Rasa with the gopis or with the Lakshmis or with the Skubcha, and these pastimes are recorded in this Shastra, so that we who are attracted so much to so-called Madhurya Rasa of this world will become liberated from this Madhurya Rasa. Okay? Okay, continue.
It is stated in the Bhagavad Gita that without being freed of all material sinful reactions, one cannot be engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. Simply by supplying sandalwood pulp to Krishna, Kubja was thus rewarded. She was not trained to worship Krishna in any other way, therefore, she wanted to satisfy him by her profession. It is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that the Lord can be worshipped even by one's profession, if it is sincerely offered for the pleasure of the Lord. Kubja then told Krishna, "My dear friend, kindly remain with me at least for a few days. Enjoy with me. You and your lotus-eyed friend, I cannot leave you immediately. Please grant my request."
And now here only
As sta-
what I told you. I told you that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Prabhupada himself is going to say the same thing. Yuresh, you're going to read this?
Yeah, Prabhuji. The next paragraph, Prabhuji, as stated.
Yeah.
As stated in the Vedic versions, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has multi-potencies. According to expert opinion, Kubja represents the Purusha Shakti potency of Krishna.
Purusha.
Just as
Just you understand, Purusha Avatara Shakti, the material energy. Bhu is the Bhu Shakti. This in the other Prabhupada is another word, Purusha Shakti or Bhu Shakti. Yeah, just
as Srimati Radharani represents his Chit Shakti potency. So that's internal potency, isn't it?
Yeah, see what happened? There is Samvit, Sandhini and Hladini. Okay? The Radharani represents everything finally. She is the first potency of the Lord. All potencies are coming from her only. So this is Chit Shakti. She's also,
although
sometimes Radharani is also said to be representing Hladini Shakti, correct? Which is the principal.
Yeah.
All of the potencies are coming from Radharani only. Yeah, continue.
Although she requested Krishna to remain with her for some days, Krishna politely impressed upon her that it was not possible for him to stay. Krishna visits this material world occasionally, whereas his connection with the spiritual world is eternal. Krishna is always present either in the Vaikuntha planets or in the Goloka Vrindavana planet. The technical term for his presence in the spiritual world is Prakata Leela.
Okay, so just wait. Can you see the revelation here now? Because she represents the Bhudevi, the material energy of the Lord, Krishna touches material energy little, not much. He sometimes comes and he's most of the time in the spiritual world. Therefore, he refused her. Look at this. He said, "I'm not going to stay more with you. I come for a short time." Everything is so deeply symbolized here, he corrected her straightness, a hunchback, made her straight and made her beautiful again. So, relieved her of sinful people that Krishna has been doing and he will do. And then she said, "You stay with me." He said, "No, not much. I stay with you a little time only. I stay in the spiritual world. With Radharani, I stay, not with you." Oh, how much deep meaning there, isn't it?
Yes,
she requested stay. He said, "I can't stay with you more. I just come for a short time." So he took leave. Okay, interesting. Yeah, continue.
What is the term Prakata Leela means, Prabhuji?
See, okay. Who will explain? Shisha, you can explain what is Prakata Leela. Murti Mataji, you know what's Prakata Leela?
Manifested pastime and unmanifested pastimes.
See, what happens? Lord's pastimes are always going on, Yuresh. Okay? But we can't see. Even Vrindavan, Krishna Leela is constantly going on. But it is visible only for 125 years. Correct? After that, it becomes aprakata, it becomes invisible. Even acharyas, we do not say they have died. We should not use that word. We say prakat Leela is over. Their Leela is always, because they are so advanced, they're not going to give up Krishna Seva. Okay? So the Krishna Seva in pure devotion will continue some other universe, some other part of the world, or in the spiritual world. The Leela is constantly going on. So that is Prakata. It was visible, Prabhupada was visible to us, but now we cannot see him. But his, force of service to Krishna, he continues to serve Krishna somewhere, and is very dear to Krishna because of that.
It's like sun in the daytime and the night.
Yeah, the example is very good example Shisha is giving. Just like a sun. Sometimes the sun is visible, prakata. Sometimes it's not visible, aprakata. The sun is not visible. We do not say the sun has died. Sun is there, but you can't see him. So we cannot see Krishna. We see only for 125 years in one day of Brahma, which was 8.64 billion years. For only 125 years, Krishna Leela is prakata. So we are actually almost contemporary of Krishna if you take by the Brahma's life, almost contemporary. Just maybe how much? Few seconds before Krishna came, correct? Just like you go to somebody's place, hey, just missed him. He's there 1 second before. If you take Brahma's day and you calculate 5,000 years, how much is 1 second of Brahma? It will be like something like, very big time. Okay, chalo, continue.
After satisfying Kubja with sweet words, Krishna returned to his place along with Uddhava. There is a warning in the Srimad Bhagavatam that Krishna is not very easily worshipped because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the chief among the Vishnu Tattvas. To worship Krishna or have association with him is not a very easy job. Specifically, there is a warning for devotees who are attracted to Krishna through conjugal love. It is not good for them to desire to have sense gratification by direct association with Krishna. Actually, the activities of sense gratification are material. In the spiritual world, there are symptoms like kissing and embracing, but there is no sense gratificatory process as it exists in the.
Okay, so when you look at even these activities in the spiritual world, it should not be taken as material. Yeah.
One thing actually.
Or those Prakrit. Yes, I remember I was in Vrindavan in our Krishna Balaram temple, and I was taking darshan. Suddenly, what happened that I felt I touched a lady, just walking, and I hit her. I was feeling very bad. Nowadays it's so dangerous. They can start. I said, "What? How did I make this mistake?" And then I actually noticed more. It was a man dressed like a woman, and he had all the kagara. The way the kirtan happened, it was unimaginable. Oh, Baba, just like a goat going in circles and this and that. Then I understood. Okay, Krishna has saved me.
One police officer was there, like that, dressing like a Radharani and all that.
Oh, you have seen that also, police officer.
Yeah, that of Uttar Pradesh, one of the police officer was dressing like Radharani. Yeah.
Who another person has seen? Poonamalam, you have seen it? All this? Prakita Sahajiya in Vrindavan? They dressed like a girl with the dhoti and ghagara and gungat?
No.
Oh, yeah. They are there. Prabhupada talks about them.
It was very nice you escaped.
Huh?
You escaped from meeting a girl. At least.
Even I didn't.
Okay, you say again, no? I didn't hear it, Poonamalam.
It is fine that you escaped by making a aparadh by eating a girl.
Yeah.
Eating a woman in the temple. Am I right?
Yeah.
But Prabhuji, I mean, from what you said, I got a doubt. But because ever since I joined ISKCON, we have been hearing that I'm not the body, I'm the soul, I'm a spirit soul. But how come we talk about woman, man, and differentiate between them?
Huh?
When you reach certain stage, we should not differentiate between man and woman, isn't it, Prabhuji?
I was worried. I was just coming back. I hit somebody, sometimes you walk in a temple, crowded temple, you hit somebody. So I was very worried, maybe the lady is an offense or something. But when I look at carefully standing there, oh my God, that was a man dressed like a girl with ghagara. And when the kirtan started, oh my God, it was like 10 times more movement. Oh, it was like jumping around. Correct?
Another thing that about Bhu Shakti you told that they are from that Bhu Shakti and Nila Shakti. That
Yeah.
Bhu Shakti of the spiritual world actually. She's of Vaikuntha. She's actually Lord never comes in contact with the material energy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
That
the
is
Bhu Shakti.
more analysis. This is more, we in ISKCON don't study more of this Bhu and Shri Shakti, correct? More the Shiva Vaishnavas and Madhvas, they also study a lot, correct, Shisha? Is it
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we are more interested in the gopis and little talk about Lakshmi the Vaikuntha. है ना?
Yeah.
Little. ठीक है. Thank you, Shisha. ठीक है, so this Sahajiya is not that we don't dress in the same way as girls and think like I become another Kubja and Krishna will come. Prabhupada is saying the warning. ठीक है? I don't think this is material, correct? Krishna relation with Kubja should not be taken in a material. Chalo, continue.
Yeah, in the material world. This warning is specifically for those known as Sahajiya who take it for granted that Krishna is an ordinary human being. They desire to enjoy sex life with him in a perverted way. In a spiritual relationship, sense gratification is most insignificant. Anyone who desires a relationship of perverted sense gratification with Krishna must be considered to be less intelligent. His mentality requires to be reformed. After a while, Krishna fulfilled his promise to visit Akrura at his house. Akrura was in relationship with Krishna as his servitor, and Krishna wanted to get some service from him. He went there accompanied by both Lord Balaram and Uddhava. When Krishna, Balaram, and Uddhava were approaching the house of Akrura, Akrura came forward, embraced Uddhava, and offered respectful obeisances, bowing down before Lord Krishna and Balaram. Krishna, Balarama, and Uddhava offered him obeisances in turn and were offered appropriate sitting places by Akrura. When all were comfortably seated, Akrura washed their feet and sprinkled the water on his head. Then he offered nice flowers and sandalwood pulp in regular worship. All three of them became very satisfied by the behavior of Akrura. Akrura then bowed down before Krishna, putting his head on the ground. Then, keeping Krishna's lotus feet on his lap, Akrura began to gently massage them. When Akrura was fully satisfied in the presence of Krishna and Balaram, his eyes became filled with tears of love for Krishna, and he began to offer his prayers as follows.
So just wait. You remember when Akrura visited Vrindavana, he meditated. If you want to go to Vrindavan, you should go the way Akrura went. Correct? You remember, Shisha?
Yeah. Prabhu, that you have to go down.
You remember we discussed this point that if you go to Krishna, you should go the way Akrura went. Similarly, we sometimes feel if Krishna will come to my house, he will come, provided you have the meditation like Akrura. So please hear these prayers very carefully, so that Krishna will also come to your house. But you have to have the Shisha can't be take the same meditation now, isn't it? Anna?
Yeah.
Krishna, you invite to your house, but you have to receive him the way Akrura received. Correct? And you see, he has fully he took his lotus feet in his heart, and he put his head on his lotus feet. And who went? Krishna. Who are three people have gone? What are the three people who have gone?
Krishna, Balaram, and Uddhava.
Has also gone. Okay. Now we will go through the prayers of Akrura. It is a bit long, this prayers, but it is important. Prabhupada, don't try to jump the prayers. You're not small children who just read stories. We should always go through the prayers. This is the main part. Because when Krishna comes to your house, you have to offer prayer. Then you will think how to offer prayer. I don't know how to offer prayer. So you hear how Akrura is offering prayer, then we will also be able to offer prayer in the same way. Take a full of knowledge. You remember how wonderfully Akrura offered prayer when he went to Vrindavan? And he was in so much ecstasy. I will see Krishna. And we discussed that is the way to go to Krishna, not just by buying a ticket. The same way everybody wishes to receive Krishna in his house. Many people, we have altar in house, in temple. So this is the way we should offer prayer to Krishna. When you go in front of the deities, there is non-different. Because that will improve the quality of our devotion service. Yes.
My dear Lord Krishna, it is very kind of you to have killed Kamsa and his associates. You have delivered the whole family of Yadu dynasty from the greatest calamity. Your saving of the great Yadu dynasty will always be remembered by them. My dear Lord Krishna and Balarama, You are the original personality from whom everything has emanated. You are the original cause of all causes. You have inconceivable energy and you are all pervasive. But for yourself, there is no other cause and effect, gross or subtle. You are the supreme Brahman realized by the study of the Vedas. By your inconceivable energy, you
Yeah.
are actually before us. You create this cosmic manifestation by your own potencies and you enter into it yourself. As the five material elements earth, water, fire, air, and sky are distributed in everything manifested by different kinds of bodies, so you alone enter into different varieties of bodies created by your own energy. You enter the body as the individual soul as well as independently as the supersoul. The material body is created by your inferior energy. The living entities, individual souls, are part and parcel of you, and the supersoul is your localized representation. This material body, the living entity, and the supersoul constitute an individual living being, but originally they are all different energies of the one Supreme Lord. In the material world, you are creating, maintaining, and dissolving the whole manifestation by interaction of three qualities, namely goodness, passion, and ignorance. You are not implicated by the activities of those material qualities because your supreme knowledge is never overcome, as is the case with the individual living entity.
Okay, so this is fine. Here the point was there is nothing except Krishna. So just like you look at your body, the Atma is there, Paramatma is there, the body is there. Everything is Krishna finally, because Krishna means includes Krishna's energy. Correct? So the Atma is the energy of Krishna, the body is the energy of Krishna, and Paramatma is another another manifestation of the Lord. There's nothing but Krishna in this body. Correct? Every atom is Krishna, every proton is Krishna, every whatever you can know, that is Krishna. Okay? Because it is anyway Krishna's energy. They say quarks, boson, everything is Krishna in that way. Because everything belongs to Krishna. It is Krishna's energy. Krishna's energy is also Krishna. Sunshine is also inseparable from the sun. That is sun, isn't it? Sun includes sunshine. So Krishna includes all his energies. So everything is finally Krishna. Okay, continue. In the middle world. Okay, this is over. Yeah.
As the Supreme Lord enters into this material creation, and thus the creation, maintenance, and destruction are going on in their due course, so the part and parcel living entity enters the material elements and has his material body created for him. The difference between the living entity and the Lord is that the living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord and has the tendency to be overcome by the interactions of material qualities. Krishna, the Param Brahman or the Supreme Brahman, being always situated in full knowledge, is never overcome by such activities. Therefore, Krishna's name is Achyuta, meaning he who never falls down. Krishna's knowledge of spiritual identity is never overcome by material action, whereas the identity of the minute part and parcel living entities is prone to be overcome by material action. The individual living entities are eternally part and parcel of God. As minute sparks of the original fire, Krishna, they have the tendency to become extinguished.
Okay, this is clear. It's like a small spark of fire can easily be extinguished. So the material energy is the Tatha Shakti of the Lord. Can easily be fall down. It can chuta. It is chuta. Shara akshara. It can tendency to be overcome by the interaction. The living entity, what has a tendency to be overcome by the interaction of the material qualities. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna can contaminate us, but not the Lord. Material energy is controlled by the Lord. We are controlled of the material energies. Yes, who likes to read now? Somebody likes. Nitin, you like to read? Hare Krishna, Nitin.
Hello, Prabhuji.
Chalo. Reading start. Akrura, continue.
Akrura continued, the less intelligent
class of men misunderstand your transcendental form to be also made of material energy. That concept is not at all applicable to you. Actually, you are all spiritual, and there is no difference between you and your body. Because of this, there is no question of your being conditioned or liberated. You are ever liberated in any condition of life. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, only the fools and the rascal consider you to be an ordinary man. To consider your lordship to be one of us, conditioned by the material nature, is a mistake due to our imperfect knowledge. When people deviate from the original knowledge of the Vedas, they try to identify the ordinary living entities with your lordship. Your lordship has appeared on this earth in your original form in order to re-establish the real knowledge that the living entities are neither one with nor equal to the Supreme God. My dear Lord, you are always situated in uncontaminated goodness, Suddha, Suddha Sattva. Your appearance is necessary to re-establish actual Vedic knowledge as opposed to the atheist philosophy which tries to establish that God and the living entities are one and the same. My dear Lord Krishna, my dear Lord Krishna, this time you have appeared in the home of the Vasudev as his son, along with your plenary expansion, Sri Balrama. Your mission is to kill all the atheist royal families along with their huge military strength. You have advented yourself to minimize the overburden of the world, and in order to fulfill this mission, you have glorified this dynasty of Yadu, appearing in the family as one of its members.
Okay, so there was some point here that Krishna's body and Krishna, there is no difference. Okay, everybody knows this. There is a difference between our body and ourselves. The body is matter, made of matter, panchadhatu, but the soul is different. But Krishna, the body and the soul is same. Abhinatvam, the Deha Dehi Bheda is not there. This is Bhaksan Prabhupada quotes from Kurum Purana. The body and the possessor of the body, there is no difference in Krishna. It is one only. Okay? This breaks the whole confusion presented by the Mayavadi. They think Krishna is like one of us. Okay, continue. Okay, somebody, Nitin, is you are comfortable to read a little more?
Yes. My dear Lord, today my home has become purified by your presence. I have become the most fortunate person in the world. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is worshipable by all different kinds of demigods, Pitra, living entities, kings and emperors, and who is the super soul of everything, has come into my home. The water of his lotus feet is purifying the three worlds, and now he has kindly come to my place. Who is there in the three worlds among factually learned men who will not take shelter of your lotus feet and surrender unto you? Who, knowing well that no one can be an affectionate as you are to your devotees, is a foolish that he will decline to become your devotee. Throughout the Vedic literature, it is declared that you are the dearmost friend of every living entity. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Shuddham
Sarva.
You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, completely capable of fulfilling desires of your devotees. You are the real friend of everyone. In spite of giving yourself to your devotees, you are never depleted of your original potencies. Your potency neither decreases nor increases in volume.
Okay,
My
Krishna,
dear Lord,
understood. Krishna is always unlimited. Just by giving himself to his devotees, his position does not deprecate, neither his potency reduces. Okay.
Prabhuji,
my
Wait a minute. Yeah, Yuresh?
They often refer to this word three worlds. May I know what are those three worlds actually?
Yeah, Shisha.
upper middle,
What are three words?
upper middle and lower planets. Actually, Bhu, Bhu, Swaha. Actually, that all 14 planets are made into three worlds. Actually, that the middle planetary system are early planets, and seven upper, that seven lower planets like that Bhu, Bhu, that Bhu, Bhuvarloka, Mahaloka, Dhanaloka, Tapaloka, like that up to Satyaloka, that comes in the upper planet system. The Earth is the middle planet, and the lower planet system, the Patala planets, Atala, Sutala, Atala, Vitala, Sudala, Tala, Tala, Satala, like that, Patala to that. There are
Patala.
seven
Patala
planets.
is the last one I know. Tala, Tala, Sutala, Tala, Tala, Mahatala, Patala. And
Like that.
below that. When you say three words, that is upper, middle, and lower planets. Okay.
Okay, so Earth is on middle, isn't it?
Earth is in middle.
See what happens. There is now we will go away from the topic, but little I can tell you. Above and below, there is nice enjoyment going on. Above the heaven, they are enjoying by remembering Krishna. Don't ask me how to do it. We are on the path of Shuddha Bhakti. Somebody asked me this question. Devatas they enjoy by remembering Krishna. Tell me how to do it. It's a get lost. Prabhupada has told us to go to Krishna Loka, not to how to learn the trick of the Devata. They can remember and enjoy. And below the earth planet, they are enjoying by forgetting Krishna. Okay? The lower planet is in earth actually, so there is lot of enjoyment that is called below Swarga. The below is also immense. They're almost like Swarga. They're enjoying like anything. The basic enjoyment are eating, sleeping, mating, defying. Its facilities super, both above and below. Hell is separate issue. Sometimes when we think lower than earth, it is hell. No. Hell is separate planets below the above the Garbhodaka ocean and below this planetary systems. Correct? Hell is separate. The 23 or 22 varieties of hell are separate issue. Okay? We should not confuse them with the three planetary systems. Now what happens, in earth we have both enjoyment and sufferings. And the Devatas know that too much enjoyment makes you blind, isn't it? Too much comfort, just like in America, we find it so difficult to make people devotees because Prabhupada could do, because he is a powerful representative of the Lord, but too much enjoyment, Prabhupada says people go mad. Okay? Too much gratification, too much enjoyment. That's why in Russia we're finding people are becoming devotees much more, because they're not blinded by so much wealth and power and enjoyment. Correct? So too much wealth and enjoyment, just like in heaven, too much power and wealth and enjoyment, they become blind. So they pray actually, if it will be more favorable if I'm born on earth, where both sufferings and happiness is seen. Okay, so the earth is the best place to be born, and so we are very fortunate to be born here. Okay, and I think everybody here is from India. Even on earth, most powerful, what do you say, most fortunate position is to be born in India. Okay. Is it fine, Yuresh? Something to add?
Yeah. So the Vaikuntha planets or the Goloka Vrindavana, they don't come into these worlds.
No.
Yeah.
This
That's
is
the
in the
spiritual
material
world.
world.
This is
This is
better.
called-
Yeah.
Okay. This is
Okay.
okay. Continue.
My dear Lord, it is very difficult for even the great mystic yogis and the demigods to ascertain your movement. You cannot be approached by them, and yet, out of your causeless mercy, you have kindly consented the come to my home. This is the most auspicious moment in the journey of my material existence.
What
By
a
your
line.
grace,
What a line. What a line. Huh? Most auspicious moment in the journey of that. That's how you have to receive Krishna. In my trillions and trillions and trillions years of journey in the material world, this is the most auspicious thing. Krishna has come to my house. Isn't it? You should value it so much. Then Krishna will come. And you should know, even Devatas can't get Krishna in their house. Even Indra invites Krishna, may not enter his palace. Correct? And you come to my house. Then Krishna will come. You have to have this meditation. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt in between, but I could not hold. The line is so beautiful. Isn't it, Shisha?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah.
by your grace only, I can just understand that my home, my wife, my children, and my worldly possessions are all different bonds to material existence. Please Please cut the knot and save me from this entanglement of false society, friendship, and love.
Okay, just wait.
Belo-
Paragraph is understood. My hopes are all different bonds to material existence. Okay, this all. What I'm thinking very special is actually just bondage to this world of illusion. Please cut the knot and save me from the entanglement of false society, friendship, and love. Society, friendship, and love, people say divinely bestowed upon man. Prabhupada said that's all illusion. I know there is a famous saying in English. So society, friendship, love that we have, we should know where it stands. Like the gopis, they just threw away everything and ran towards Krishna. That is the real relationship. Whatever relationships we have in this world are not real. But true, it connected to Krishna, it can have some meaning, but disconnected from Krishna, it has no meaning. You know? So here is saying, just like Queen Kunti offered prayer, Sneha Pasham Imam Chindi. Okay, Sister Queen Kunti offered, please cut all my bonds of attachment. As the rivers go towards the ocean, let me go towards your lotus feet and break my all the bonds of affection. He's totally offering himself for a real relationship with the real personality who belongs to the real world, spiritual world. And we are here in this world in illusion cube. We are having a relationship in an illusory world. Material world in illusory in the sense is temporary. It's not a spiritual world, which it looks like. And we are having relationship. We are having fake relationship, because the relationship there is no love. It's only cheating each other. And with the people who actually are in, we are not able to see. Correct? We are only seeing bodies. We are not seeing actual people. So real relationship happen in the real world with the real people, and illusory relationship with the illusory world with the illusory people. So we should have to be able to cut off the tie and know where there is real relationship.
And
Yes, Yuresh.
what about the parents' relationship, Prabhuji? I think that should be pure.
No. See what happened, Yuresh. In Krishna consciousness, we don't actually deny. Nonsense. We develop more and more our attachment to Krishna. Our attachment to Krishna becomes like infinitely greater than affection that we have to our society and family. You understand? You don't deny. It becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger love to Krishna. So in that sense, when somebody is surrendering to Krishna, okay, he understands actually my real love is to Krishna. Through Krishna, I can relate to other people, but independent of that, I don't want to relate to anybody. Okay, even parents, I relate. Okay, my Lord Krishna has sent me these people as my parents. It is my duty to serve them. Okay, that way it is fine. Connected to Krishna. And also you should be aware that every life I get another set of parents. Okay, na? It's temporary in that way. You got it? It's not an eternal relation. Okay? But at the same time, generally as devotees, we feel it's our duty because Krishna has connected us in that way. I'm taking care, but they have as a duty. But affection, all love, from all the directions, actually, what we need to do, that is Prabhupada says in the Krishna book, all the direction, all the love that we have scattered, we are given to dog, we are given here, given there, to our political leaders, to friends, to cricket stars, film stars, all that love, gather it back first and give it to Krishna. That is Krishna consciousness. First object of love is Krishna through the via media of the Guru. You don't do it directly through Acharya. And through Krishna, then we relate to the world. Then we love the whole world. Isn't it?
Yes.
Ashisha, what do you feel? Is it controversial?
Yeah, no. Actually, there's a harmony. That actually, mentally we are thinking that I am this body, I am this one, and I'm attached to this one, this family.
See, the point is that what is illusion. We should be able to accept it's an illusion. Okay? But connected to Krishna, it can develop some meaning then. Okay? As such, there is illusion. All relationships in this world are illusion. But connected to Krishna, then everything starts having meaning. See, the Mayavadi, they reject the relationship of the world. But Vaishnavas don't do that. We don't reject. We don't reject anything actually. We see a flower, we don't reject it. Oh, beautiful flower, I can offer to Krishna. So our parents also, we can as a duty take care of them and also try to connect them to Krishna. And when you become a devotee, you do the greatest service to your parents. Just like you're chanting Hare Krishna, you hear Bhagavatam, you become a great devotee. Your parents are also delivered along with you because spiritual life recommendation works.
Everything should be devoted to Krishna.
See, what about our children, Prabhu?
Mataji is asking personal. No, you look in a
Everything,
duty way, no?
everybody devoted to Krishna.
Devotee. You look in a duty first. Krishna has given me these children, and it's my duty to take care of them. That's fine as a matter of duty. And then I also feel that if I can bring them as far as because they have freedom, they have their own choice. As far as possible, I can inspire them to come to Krishna's service.
Krishna conscious.
Isn't it, Mataji?
Yes, you're right, Prabhu.
Your younger son is still going in America to the temple?
Yes, he is going.
Oh, great, great.
That this thing, Silicon Valley.
Yes, yes. He's working for Apple?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry. This has a double control. When you have a USB thing, it just this is the most auspicious movement. This was unimaginable line. This line, please, somebody who has a Yuresh, you are
Yes,
in
Prabhuji.
the Radha Govinda group also, no?
Yeah,
Just put this line, anything beautiful snippet.
sure.
Most auspicious moment in the journey of my material existence. Never forget this. Appa. What a line. Prabhupada has some jewels of realizations, isn't it? Journey, most auspicious moment in my journey of material existence. Keep remembering this day and night. Okay, so he's asking. So this is nothing new. Even Queen Kunti also asked. We can discuss it later. Let us run now. Okay. Okay. Queen Kunti also has a similar thing. A devotees actually attach themselves to Krishna. This is Ponambalam. You like to say something on this? They're all feeling what I'm telling. Bhagavata is saying Krishna forget family. They're thinking like that. What do you say?
No.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
No, I was asking Ponambalam. I'll also like to add something to this.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Chalo, continue. Who was reading? Nitin?
Lord Shri Krishna was very pleased by by Akura's offering of prayers. His smile was captivating Akura's more and more. The Lord replied to him as follows: "My dear Akrura, in spite of your submissiveness, I consider you to be my superior on the level with my father and teacher and most well-wishing friend. You are therefore worshipable by me, and since you are my uncle, I am always to be protected by you. I desire to be maintained by you because I am one of your own children. Apart from this filial relationship, you are always to be worshipped. Anyone who desires good fortune must offer his respectful obeisances onto personalities like you. You are more than the demigod. People go to worship the demigods when they are in need of some sense gratification. The demigods offer benediction to their devotees after being worshipped by them. But a devotee like Akrura is always ready to offer the greatest benediction to the people. A saintly person or a devotee is free to offer benediction to everyone, whereas the demigods can offer benediction only after being worshipped. One can take advantage of the place of pilgrimage only after going there. By worshipping the particular demigod, it takes a long time to fulfillment of the desire. But saintly persons like you, my dear Akrura, can immediately fulfill all the desires of the devotees. My dear Akrura, you are always our friend and well-wisher. You are always ready to act for our welfare. Kindly therefore go to Hastinapur and see what arrangements have been made for the Pandavas.
Okay, just wait here, wait here. What was a beautiful thing came. The pure devotee is better than the devatas. Why? Yeah, more than the demigods. Murti Mataji, did you hear? What was the reason? Any examples? Give me some examples where devotees acted greater than the devatas as giving mercy.
Bhakta Prahlad.
Prahlad,
Yeah, Prahlad.
Yeah. In what way?
All the demigods trying to pacify Lord Narasimhadev, but all the demigods actually requested Prahlad to do prayers so that.
Yeah. Okay. But there is something very interesting noted here. That the demigod offer benediction to the devotee after being
After.
worshipped by them. Did you all note this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But a devotee doesn't wait for that. He gives mercy, no conditional. He gives, therefore, the devotees give causeless mercy. We don't say devatas give causeless mercy. The Lord and the pure devotees give causeless mercy. Okay? Without being even worshipped, like Vasudeva, he asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I cannot see people suffering in this world. So the heart of a pure devotee becomes greater than the heart of even devatas. Okay? And a principle I'm telling you, it's a talk. See, when we talk about devatas in general, there are, crores of devatas. So we refer in general. As to the top devatas are pure devotees. Brahma, Shiva, Durga, they're all pure devotees. Ganesha, they're all pure devotees. Correct? But a general statement we make, when we say devatas means general. You understand? Just like we say public, means general we are talking. We are not talking about exception. So top devatas are exception. They're all not sakama, they are pure devotees, kama devotees. What is a shisha, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the general devatas, yes, they do have some material desire, and they will benedict you when you worship them. But pure devotee's heart is so pure, so pure. He's full of compassion, so much. Prabhupada used to say sometime with tears in his eyes, save your countrymen. And devotees used to shudder at the level, what consciousness we are experiencing. This person is on what platform, They are even worshipable for the devatas. Pure devotees are general devatas. Devatas also come and worship them. They're so wonderful. Their heart is so jewel-like heart, pure devotees. So Vasudeva, Ashisha, you know what Vasudeva did?
Yeah.
He prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu what? What was his full
liberate
name? Vasudeva? Vasudeva Datta. What was his prayer?
Yeah, to liberate everybody from this material world. Actually, it's more than actually you made all the things put on my head and liberate everybody on this from this.
Yeah, he said, no, take back to the spiritual world. He just didn't want to ask liberation. He said, I can't see them suffering. He said, I can't see them suffering. Just imagine his heart. Because people are suffering. We are so selfish to think about ourselves. Every, small pigeonholes, people are living in flats and houses. Inside, everybody is suffering. Pangs of birth, old age, disease, that adhyatmika, adi, bhautika, adi, devika. Can't we see that? We can't see. Because we are so self-centered. We only think about our enjoyment. Isn't it true? And we are so much unsecure. We're thinking about securing ourselves. We have 5 rupees in our pocket. We think life is secure. And we are very happy. And we know this for only 2 days. Then I'm in anxiety again. So we are so much self-centered and so much selfish. We can't think. A pure devotee, the heart like Krishna, they have so beautiful heart. In fact, Vasudeva Datta said to Lord Chaitanya this, that I can see them suffering, and if you can take back to the spiritual world, and if there is, you can say, you are saying there are so many sinful activities, I will suffer for all of them. But please take them back to the spiritual world. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that, what happened? Tears rolled down his eyes, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually came for the same business. He came with intense compassion. All the incarnations come with intense compassion for the suffering, particularly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the most compassionate incarnation. They were once Haridas Thakur. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked how the trees will be delivered, how these other communities will be delivered. So Haridas Thakur told the Lord, don't worry, my Lord. So Prabhupada says there, that is the business of a devotee, to relieve the Lord from the anxiety. Krishna is in anxiety for his children who are suffering in this world. So when you actually go to somebody and very gently say, why don't you chant Hare Krishna, correct? Krishna just grabs you and embraces you. Nadatasmad manushesho kashit. Why? Krishna, you become dearest to the Lord. Correct? Bhagavad Gita says, because reason is that you are relieving the Lord from the anxiety. Correct? We can understand this. When Krishna receives the news, just like your parents, you left home and run away, and the parents get a news, you're coming back home, don't they celebrate? Correct? I've mentioned this before. There is such a celebration at home. You know, a son is coming back home. You know, a son is coming back home. The same way in the spiritual world, there is celebration. When you start chanting Hare Krishna, hey, he's coming back. He's coming back. You know, and Krishna misses you. Yesterday we discussed this point. Yuresh, remember? Krishna has with everybody a unique confidential relationship. Krishna may have trillions to the power of trillion friends, but with everybody he has a unique relationship. So Krishna is missing us in the spiritual world. And when you make a decision to go back, it's a celebration. It's a celebration. Krishna is so happy. You are reading Krishna book now. He's so happy. And he would have been very sad if you have been, just wasting your time with some other garbage. But he's wasting time. And Krishna is so happy. He's doing something, good. And this will, awaken. And in his heart, some awakening will occur for love of Krishna gradually. And when it is mature, I will go and talk to him. A saintly person devotee is free to offer benediction. Okay, so just like we have so many examples of devotee, but they are greater than even the devatas. Devatas, and okay, we have read this also.
My dear Akrura.
Okay, we have read this whole paragraph.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just there was something here. Only being worshipped. Okay, demigods can offer benediction only being worshipped, but devatas is worshipped. The Narad Muni also just sees and blesses everybody just by seeing his blessing. Nalakuvela, Manigriva just saw and blessed them. Made them. They never even asked him for that. Did they ask him? We want association of Krishna. No, they gave. Similarly, all of us, when we went to ISKCON or Prabhupada went all around the world, did anybody ask and give him love of Krishna? No, Prabhupada gave without their asking. That's called causeless mercy. Giving, even people don't know what you're giving. Correct? It's so great. Taking to place a pilgrimage, you get advantage after going there. By worshipping a demigod, it takes a long time to fulfill desire. But a saintly person like you immediately fulfill the desires of a devotee. You're greater than everything. Rider Akrura, you're always a friend and well-wisher. You're always ready to act for our welfare. Kindly therefore go to Hastinapur. And Akrura will be so happy, isn't it? Krishna is so sweetly speaking to him. And now look at the Pandavas, because Pandavas are all very dear devotees of the Lord, correct? And along with Kunti. Therefore, they offered Kunti Stuti, correct? So he's saying, just go and ask about their welfare. So Krishna is just like Krishna was very, very careful about the gopis last chapter. How are they faring? Krishna is also thinking about the Pandavas.
Pandavas are entering in the customs.
Yes. Who is going to read the last portion now? 1 or 2 paragraphs.
Prabhu, shall I?
Yeah, okay, Mataji.
Krishna was very anxious to know about the sons of Pandu because at their very young age they had lost their father. Being very friendly to his devotees, Krishna was anxious to know about them, and therefore he deputed Akrura to go to the Hastinapura and get information of the real situation. Krishna continued to say, I have heard that after the death of King Pandu, his young sons Yudhishthira, Bhima, Arjuna, Nakula and Sahadeva, along with their widowed mother, have
Come under the
charge of Dhritarashtra, who is to look after them as their guardian. But I have also heard that Dhritarashtra is not only blind from birth, but also blind in his affection for his cruel son Duryodhana. The 5 Pandavas are the sons of King Pandu, but Dhritarashtra, due to his plans and designs, is not favorably disposed towards the Pandavas. Kindly go there and study how Dhritarashtra is dealing with the Pandavas. On the receipt of your report, I shall consider how to favor the Pandavas. In this way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, ordered Akrura to go to Hastinapura, and then he returned home accompanied by Balarama and Uddhava. Thus ends the Vedanta purport of the 47th chapter of the Krishna. Krishna pleases his devotees.
Now there is one question here. Queen Kunti, Krishna protected her all 5 children. But his own mother Devaki, he allowed 6 children to be killed. Why this partiality? Who will give the answer to this?
See, those children killed by Kamsa, Prabhu.
No, that is one. Okay, that is their past karma. But I'm just saying, Devaki had a pain.
Yes.
All said and done, she didn't know this story. So why did he was more merciful to? He was definitely more merciful to Kunti, no doubt on it, than even his own mother. Why? Shisha knows the answer. Nupur, try. Murti Mataji, Yuresh.
By giving that pain, he tried to increase the devotion from the
No.
No.
Okay, I'll tell you the answer. Answer is that Krishna is Dina Bandhu. She had no husband. True?
Okay.
He was very helpless. So Krishna is more protective when you are in a very difficult position. Correct? He's the Dina Bandhu. They are devotees, and she's helpless, alone woman. Husband is not there with 5 children. So Krishna was more protective. He could have allowed, Bhima could have died in childhood. What is there? Poison was Krishna. Krishna only arranged all that saving. Bhima was protected. So many times they burned in the house. Maybe 2 of them would have died. Nakula, no, Krishna protected all of them. I'm saying there are many angles to this, but I just read, Prabhupada says that because she was totally helpless, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
She got more protection. Devaki at least had a husband with her. So she was in a better situation. But she was totally helpless. So Krishna gave her more protection. Okay?
Yes.
Chalo. So nice. We all heard the chapter. Chalo. Now reflections on the chapter. What are the thing today's most sweetest of the thing? Shisha, start with you.
The most sweetest what I found was that demigods have to be worshipped, whereas the pure devotees need not worship them. They are so merciful. I found this very beautiful.
Yeah, that's wonderful. You pure devotee blesses you without waiting to be merciful. He wants to give you something.
Yes.
Devata, you have to ask, then he will give you.
Yeah, ask them.
Pure devotee is just thinking, just like Prabhupada was sitting here in India and thinking, the whole world is in anxiety. How do I relieve people of America from anxiety? How do I relieve them? He's not thinking, I'll go to America, I'll become famous man, I'll have a lot of disciples like we will think. Correct? I'll make a lot of money. Correct? That's what we will think. Prabhupada was not thinking that. He was seeing them as living entities who are separated from Krishna. Foolishly, they are not engaging in Krishna's service. All rascals, fools, dull-headed. And how do I relieve them from the anxiety? That is samsara dhamanana lidaloka taranaya karunya ganaganatha. That's the platform. So pure devotees on the platform, constantly thinking how to relieve people from pain. Prabhupada says our effort should be on this direction. Rest of the things will come. But we should be genuine in this effort to relieve people from the anxiety. And then when we speak, we will speak very gently and people will listen. Otherwise, we tend to talk. We are in the world of philosophy, which we ourselves don't believe. We just say it because we prescribe to some philosophy.
Yes.
But actually, if you understood the philosophy, we should become merciful like Prabhupada.
Yes.
Name ruchi jive daya comes parallelly. If you have taste in the holy name, you will be merciful. Really merciful. But if you are also frustrated, then you will always shout.
Okay.
Yes, Yuresh. Okay. So today, interesting thing Mataji said was that Devatas give mercy only when you ask. Pure devotees give mercy without asking. Yes.
Yes.
Yuresh, you want to say something?
I just learned a lot of things, Prabhuji, how to offer praise to the Lord by inspiring from Akrura, and also the story of Kupji.
That was mind-boggling. I tell you, I never read that line carefully. I was typing on the net, who is this Kubja? Like, we didn't figure out till now who that washerman. Okay? We didn't get evidence pakka. Here we got evidence of Kubja because Prabhupada also talks about it. Correct? And but the Kubja, I was just thinking, who is this Kubja and how she's getting this much mercy? What is it? And Prabhupada sir revealed that actually she represents she's the incarnation of the Bhu energy of the Lord. So that was very, very interesting. And how straightening is also very wonderful, correct? That's very exciting. Just like Krishna actually makes her back into beautiful woman. Krishna comes to the material energy and sets the earth proper, all the sinful people. He saves Bhudevi from that. That was exciting. And then another thing was that she said, "Can you stay some more time?" He said, "No, I don't stay with you more. I just come for a show." That was very, very, very wonderful. Very, very wonderful.
See, Kubja I've heard, Prabhu, but I don't know that she was a plenary portion of Satyabhama till now.
Oh, that is there. That is there. Okay, I showed you that link, no?
Yes, we all read.
That 10:42:1. Go to Vedabase and see that 10:42:1. Okay, it is there in the purport.
Which one? 10:40 in the
10th canto, 42nd chapter, first shloka. Look at the purport. True, this purport is not written by Prabhupada, written by Hridayananda Maharaj, but it's quoted from the Vishnu commentary on the Bhagavatam. It's quoted from there, so it's quoted from authority. No problem.
Okay.
And anyway, we see Prabhupada supported that in his own commentary on this Leela, correct?
Yes.
That was very
Yes.
Okay, so anything else in this chapter? Okay. Murthy Mataji, so you found something interesting today?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Yuresh, you also learned. Nupur?
Yes, Prabhuji. So, I also found the pastime about Kupcha very, very revealing, and it was such a deep meaning of earth being burdened and then relieving the earth from the burdenness.
Straightening Kubja.
Yes.
I'm correcting everything, correct?
Yes, that was amazing. That was a very amazing pastime. And the second thing I learned that when Akrura offered prayers and then when Krishna replies him that you
Nitin, something from today's class? Hare Krishna, Nitin. Some reflection on today's class. This is also very exciting, no? Just is one service, applying sandal paste on Krishna and totally purified from all the sins ever, isn't it?
Very fortunate.
Yeah, just by Nitin, Hare Krishna, you're back. Tell me.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So there were many things, Prabhuji. The main few things which I can recollect from this class was like how to offer prayers to Krishna, because we actually don't know. We are in this material world and we don't know how to offer prayers to Krishna. So somehow few things this from Akrura's prayers we can understand how to offer prayers to Krishna. And the second point was how much Krishna is keen to bring us back to Godhead. Like the point which you told, if you tell someone to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna will be very pleased, because you are somehow or some way doing something for Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhupada says the pure devotees are, because of this, the pure devotees are constantly embraced by the Lord. Constantly. In the sense that pure devotees, physically you don't see because you can't see. But actually Krishna is, embracing them to the core of his heart. They're so dear to Krishna because actually they're doing something which is so much. Nata tasmad manusheshu kashyat me priya. Yes. Now, Punamulam, last word from your side.
Yeah, the relationship you explained, it is very nice. The father, mother, brother, sister, and all. For how long it is, and how about the past parents and past sister brothers, like that.
So you are feeling detached today?
Born for only one parent. It was my parents are there, even my previous birth also. So it is not very important to maintain that relationship too, if we are intended to obey God's relationship.
Yeah, but at the same time, as a duty, because connected to Krishna, Krishna has sent me these parents. We do dutifully take care. Correct?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that is true.
we give first to Krishna, and through Krishna, then it gives to the whole world. Correct? Krishna. See, we look at them as children of Krishna and take care of them. It is very nice. Then, actually, it will be easy. Now, mostly people today I see are finding very difficult to take care of old parents. Most of the people, they actually abhor that. They dump them in old age homes and all. No, they don't see. They're all children of Krishna. When you see in that way that Krishna sent me these parents, it's my duty, then you will actually care will be very nice, isn't it? But if you're thinking of the gratification that we are, it is not gratifying. It is actually painful to take service in old age, isn't it?
Uninterested, obligatory duty.
Yeah. Thank you then, everybody. It was beautiful time. Today we have stopped in time. We are not gone to 11 as our standard thing.